Before there was MTV, before there was arena rock, before distortion became standard fare for guitar players, there was an audacious performer from small-town Arkansas who became a gospel superstar. An artist that rarely comes up in debates about who the true founding father of rock and roll was. But here's the thing. Turns out the founding father of rock and roll wasn't a father at all. That distinction belongs to the incomparable Sister Rosetta Tharpe, a gospel-trained force of nature that broke barriers, stereotypes, and norms with astonishing regularity. While she has and continues to influence scores of musical icons, she remains unequivocally the textbook definition of an iconoclast.
Oh, it makes me feel happy. Oh, yeah. Just to know we can stand in the rain and sing. And the people are so sweet to stay here.
Oh, it gets sweet.
And I come in on Let me tell you what I come in on.
My first moment with Sister Rosetta Tharpe was a YouTube of her playing Up Above My Head in front of an incredible gospel choir.
Up above my head, music in the air, and I really do believe joy somewhere. All in my room, music everywhere.
You know, she had the hair and the dress and the posture. There was something about seeing this woman marry these old traditional styles with something that felt very new and very alive. Her playing, all of a sudden you think about Chuck Berry and Muddy Waters and these guys that have been attributed forever, have been called the bedrock of rock and roll. I'm like, wait, if I do the math at the time that this was happening, well, she was before them. Seeing Sister Rosetta in that light really gave me a sense that this was a birthright of mine. The ability to stand in front of a stage and to play a guitar like that. I'm standing on the shoulders of Black women I didn't even realize had paved the way.
When you see people jump from church to church, you know the talk about, you know the amount too much, and that's all. Well, that's all.
She was a woman who fronted her own band. She was one of the first artists of note to play the iconic 61 Les Paul SG custom electric guitar. She was a headlining Black female artist who toured through the segregated Jim Crow South and has been largely overlooked as a seminal figure in the creation of rock music.
I feel like thinking about all of the things that Sister Rosetta Tharpe went through during her time being a Black woman in a racist society where she had to have a tour bus because she couldn't sleep in the hotel rooms in the town that she was playing in because she was Black, but the white musicians that she played with could stay. So the bus, while we think of a bus as like this sort of like where like it's the image of, oh, you've made it if you have a tour bus, to know that for her it was literally survival, it really shines a light on the shoulders that I'm standing on.
They got to have religion now. I'll tell you that's all.
Sister Rosetta came into the world as Rosetta Nubin in Cotton Plant, Arkansas in 1915. She was raised in the gospel traditions of the Church of God in Christ. She honed her formidable talents while crisscrossing the South with her evangelizing singer mother, Katie Bell Nubin. The Spirit moved Rosetta on stage and as a result, moved audiences wherever she plugged in her guitar.
Well, it rained 40 days, rained 40 nights. There was no land nowhere inside. God sent a raven to spread the news. He hoisted his wings and away he flew. It rained, it rained, it rained, it rained, it rained, rain, 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 rain.
She skillfully straddled the musical chasm between gospel and secular music, gaining devoted followings in both worlds. Rosetta went from playing churches to venues like the Cotton Club in Harlem and even Carnegie Hall. She collaborated with giants like Cab Calloway, Count Basie, Lionel Hampton, Fats Waller, and even Muddy Waters. But perhaps no single performance better captured the degree of Sister Rosetta's gravitas than a performance she gave at her own wedding in front of 20,000 adoring fans at Griffith Stadium in Washington, D.C. It was a wedding, by all accounts, more inspired by novelty and promotion than love. Nonetheless, Sister Rosetta outdrew the Washington Nationals baseball team on that day and ushered in a new concept in music. Arena rock was here to stay. Rosetta's immense talent and confidence was always on full display. In an era when women, especially women of color, had no voice. An era where no woman dared to play an electric guitar, let alone at the front of the stage in her own solo act. No woman except Sister Rosetta Tharpe.
You think about the fact that this woman started in the 1930s and she had this renaissance again in the 60s. And look, at her time, she was a major artist, but she was a major artist with a ceiling. And the ceiling for me and for anybody that knows her knows that it was low. And had she not been Black and had she not been a woman at the time in which she was playing music, her events, her largest event that drew 20,000 people would have drawn 100,000 people, 200,000 people. And, you know, there's two sides of this. There's the side that says it is so unbelievable what she accomplished. And there's also the side that's so frustrating to think just now people are starting to hear her name. It wasn't 2-3 years ago she was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the genre she created. Like, let's think about that.
She sang with the fervor of a Pentecostal preacher and played her SG with purposeful abandon. She entranced audiences and inspired untold numbers of blues-loving players from across the pond, people like Eric Clapton and Keith Richards. There's an endless list of artists that borrowed from Sister Rosetta. Folks like Elvis, Johnny Cash, Led Zeppelin, Little Richard, Jerry Lee Lewis, Chuck Berry, even me. Sister Rosetta Tharpe was born to be on stage and channel her joy of faith through her powerful voice and volcanic playing. She took audiences to church and her male guitar-playing contemporaries to school. And while it's taken decades to finally give her her due, there is no debating that Sister Rosetta Tharpe is the unquestioned founding mother of rock and roll.